Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The Aisles Have Eyes, How Retailers Track Your Shopping, Strip Your Privacy, and Define Your Power, by Joseph Turow, narrated by Grgach. 1. A frog slowly boiled. It's said that a frog placed in a boiling pot of water will escape, but if the water is slowly heated, the frog will habituate and eventually die. Although scientists dispute the accuracy of this statement, no one in the audience of marketers objected or even said it was ethically inappropriate when a digital advertising executive used the image in an off-the-cuff suggestion of how marketers ought to treat people in physical stores. The occasion was a conference called the Internet of Things, Shopping, that the online trade journal Media Post convened in Manhattan during August 2015. The speaker, vice president of one of the world's largest interactive agencies, wasn't invoking the frog image because he wanted to kill shoppers. He was addressing the concern that people would push back against beacon surveillance. Department stores, supermarkets, pharmacies, discount chains, and other retailers have among them already placed hundreds of thousands of these inexpensive devices throughout their stores. If shoppers carry the right apps on their smartphones and have the correct technology turned on, the beacons will alert the merchants and they can send the shoppers personalized coupons or other messages associated with the goods in a beacon's proximity. We need to do a lot of hand-holding with our customers in the new environment, he urged. The goal had been to treat shoppers like a frog in a pot of boiling water. They had to be introduced to all the changes slowly so they would come to consider them as a normal part of their lives. Brandon Fisher, director of predictive insights at the influential Group M Next consultancy, offered a view of the in-store surveillance future that seemed to embrace the frog comparison. In a keynote talk at the meeting, he predicted that by 2028, half of Americans, and by 2054 nearly all Americans, will carry in their bodies device implants that communicate with retailers as they walk down the aisles and inspect various items. Based on how long you hold an item, the retailer's computers will tell whether or not you like it. Other signals from the implant will indicate whether you are nervous or cautious when you look at the price of the product you are holding. The analysis may lead, Fisher suggested, to a conclusion that a discount on the product may reduce your nervousness and lead you to purchase it. His argument was a blunt and optimistic case for biometric monitoring in stores, and just as with the frog-invoking executive, no one in the room protested. No one wondered either whether in just 13 years people would realistically consider this activity natural. The attendees' nonchalance might seem strange, but the retailing business was changing so drastically and confusingly that such statements may well have seemed plausible. The message the marketers were hearing at the meeting and throughout their industry was that retailing is entering a new, hyper-competitive era with internet sellers. Brick-and-mortar merchants, the department stores, supermarkets, specialty stores, and chain stores that are still the center of the retailing universe will succeed only if they figure out how to trace, quantify, profile, and discriminate among shoppers as never before. But for stores to survive this transition, shoppers will have to slowly learn to accept, even welcome those eyes in the aisles as part of their natural environment, sort of like the frog in the pot of water. This book is about how and why all of that is taking place, and the impact it is having on individuals as well as on society at large. I'll show you how a new generation of merchants, Walmart, Target, Macy's, Stop & Shop, Safeway, Lord & Taylor, and many more, is working with a set of technology organizations to build a new future for physical retailing. They are reorganizing shopping to capture data about us through the very media we carry, even wear, such as a Fitbit. The goal is to routinely track us, store information about what we buy and when, and score us based on that and other information. Different forms of these activities are already underway in many stores. Retailers are using increasingly sophisticated electronic monitors, which show up first as experiments and then become ordinary elements of shopping. We typically feel their presence through personalized discounts often linked to our rewards cards. Depending on who you are and where you shop, you may already have experienced early versions of the following situations, scenarios some shoppers would consider wonderful. As you walk into an upscale department store, you may or may not realize that your phone signaled your arrival. The store cares because you belong to its loyalty program and have achieved high-value customer status. Your presence is indicated to a store representative whose tablet calls up your photo so she can recognize and greet you. The tablet also reveals which clothes you looked at on the store's website during the past week, as well as the clothes you clicked on when you accessed the store's ads while visiting other websites during that period. Based on previous purchases and the information it has concerning your age, income, occupation, and family status, the store's computer predicts which of those garments you will buy. It also suggests matching accessories, again based on your website visits, previous purchases, and the special predictive sauce that mixes these behaviors with demographic information. When you complete your shopping and go to pay, you are pleasantly surprised to find that the computer is rewarding your loyalty in the form of a 20% discount on all your purchases that day. You enter your local supermarket with the store's app on your smartphone. The app instantly springs to life as you walk towards the first aisle. It retrieves your shopping history and loyalty score from the firm's computers and links them to the shopping list and web coupons you had loaded on the app at home. The computer analyzes this information and concludes that this is a stocking up visit rather than a drop-in for only a few items. Complex personalization formulas, which evaluate your shopping list and your location in the store, present you with ideas about what to buy, recipes based on what's in your cart, and discounts. The formulas also factor in information the supermarket has bought from data firms about your socioeconomic status and assessments on where you are on various product buying cycles. Do your purchase patterns suggest you are at a moderate risk for switching away from a particular shampoo? Does your increasingly less frequent purchase of a specific brand of diapers suggest a situation that can be countered with a $2 coupon through a deal with the manufacturer? Or is it likely your child is now potty trained and so no longer needs them? Based on your shopping history, the formulas predict the extent of discounts that are needed to make you feel good about your shopping experience while also getting you to spend at least 10% more than you did the last time you came in to stock up. A similar scenario takes place in the big box discount chain you visit often to buy household items. In addition to the information the supermarket used to send you messages and deals, this merchant has bought predictive data about your likes and dislikes based on the products you discuss on Facebook. The chain also bases its formulas for offering you discounts partly on an influence score it has bought from a company that evaluates the number of friends you have on social media and your degree of influence on them. For this trip, you use the store's app on your phone to scan the products you want to buy, incorporating the personalized discounts as you go. Your loyalty status and checkout history give you the ultimate reward. By using your phone to scan your purchases, you bypass the long checkout lines and instead simply push a button at a station near the store's exit. There, the retailer's computers also compare your scanned items with your purchase history and conclude you have not stolen anything. No one searches your bags, as sometimes can happen at stores that allow product scanning throughout the store as opposed to a single designated checkout location near the exit. So you're out super fast, no sweat. Then again, depending on who you are and where you shop, you may already have experienced early versions of these personalized experiences many would consider unpleasant. No store representative greets you when you walk into the upscale department store because your customer status doesn't warrant it even though you belong to the store's loyalty program. The store's computer knows from your shopping history and background that you typically purchase clothes with greatly reduced sale prices and that you are likely to continue doing this. Representatives, therefore, prefer not to spend time with you, but you don't mind not being shepherded through the store. In fact, you rather like wandering alone. However, at checkout, you see people in front of you joyfully surprised with 20% discounts, and you're envious. If you were given an extra 20% off that already on-sale sweater you were admiring, you might be able to justify buying it. You live in a lower-income neighborhood and typically rely on a local independent grocer for all your shopping. This merchant doesn't accept electronic coupons, and the paper ones you receive in the mail or encounter in the store don't match your needs terribly well. You occasionally do go to the chain supermarket in a different part of town, and you found that your smartphone app does give you some relevant offers. It seems, though, that the supermarket's computer doesn't know enough about you to give you the various good deals that you hear other customers discussing with friends as they circulate among the aisles. In fact, at the checkout, you notice some shoppers getting great deals on products you would like to try, but you have to pay full price. Even a coupon for $2 off on one of those goods would be nice to have. You wonder if providing the app with more information about yourself would bring you better deals, but even if that would work, you don't know how to do it. You shop at a convenience store to pick up a few things.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?